Good evening and welcome to our latest video. If you're a business owner or if you're planning to start out your business or even if you're just a normal employee or a student, all of us know the term digital marketing. Even if we are not doing digital marketing or don't plan to do digital marketing, all of us are customers. We are consuming a lot of communication on digital platforms, which different brands and businesses are creating for us, and all of us are interacting with businesses, organizations, and companies online. In this video, let's discuss why it's essential to have a digital marketing mindset for all kinds of businesses, irrespective of whether you are selling online or not, whether you're selling completely offline, or even if you are a B2B business, which is just starting out, digital presence and digital marketing strategy is inevitable. So let's understand and spend a little time on this point. Digital presence is non-optional. As I mentioned, irrespective of the line of business or the channel of business you are in, having a digital presence adds legitimacy to your business, right? When I say digital presence, it could be a dedicated website, which would need a small investment from your side, even if you're starting up and you are just having a very basic uh, web page. Even if you, when starting out, you don't want to invest in a website, you can have social media pages, and I'm sure a lot of you already have. You can have Instagram pages, Facebook page, or a LinkedIn page, depending upon the kind of business you are in. Another thing which we need to understand here is that whenever, and it's not just with businesses, right? Whenever these days people come across a new concept, a new product, the first thing which we do is we tend to Google it, right? Right now we are using Google with the coming Gen AI. People are saying that a lot of these searches would be shifting to Gen AI eventually. But whatever the medium may be, uh, it's a consumer habit, a human habit, I would say, for all of us who are using smartphones or desktops, who are, I would say, connected to the internet, that whenever we come across a new brand, new company, new product, new concept, we tend to Google it, right? So any potential consumer, any potential customer, when you interact with them, they will end up Googling you or looking for you on social media platforms. So, very important for you to, as a business, to have that uh, digital presence, right? Next point, that what are the outcomes which any business, any organization, or even if you're a solopreneur, what are the outcomes which you can expect if you are present digitally? First, of course, as I mentioned, is traffic, right? People get to know your website, people get to know your social media handles. They will look for you. They will inevitably end up on your digital pages, and they will have a first hand view of the products or services you have to offer, right? So first, of course, is traffic. Second is sales, right? If you're selling online, if you are an online seller, you sell products online, you so for you, then in that case, digital platform also becomes a selling point, right? So with the substantial digital marketing, investment and presence, you eventually increase your sales over a period. Even if you're not selling online, even if you are a, say, for example, a B2B service provider or a small consultancy or any service which you might end up rendering offline, a digital platform is a very effective tool to generate leads, right? That's the way your prospective customers will reach out to you, will ask you if they have any query, if they need any clarification. So, sales or generating leads is the second output you should expect out of your digital marketing presence. Uh, Third, brand building. Again, a very, very important pillar in your digital presence. Uh, and again, applicable to all sizes of business. Whether you're starting out or you are an established brand, people like listening to stories, people like associating with brands they like. And a very effective way to create your story is to uh, display the way you want to uh, with your digital media platforms, right? So, for example, any big brand you can think of, right? Like the brand story which Nike, just an example, which Nike tells is very consistent across their social media handles, across their website, across the emailers or the WhatsApp messages, SMS messages which they send out to their customers. And that is how they build their brand and the user stories or the aspirations which they want to create for their brand. So, very clear three outcomes which you will get over short term and long term is traffic, sales or lead generation, and your brand building. Now, next question, which a small business, an entrepreneur, or even mid-sized businesses, can, will think of when strategizing their digital marketing presence is which of these outcomes should we focus on? So now ideally we should focus on all three because we want all three of these traffic, sales, and brand building for our businesses. And also, these three are very closely related, right? Like, if you have more traffic, you will end up generating more sales, more leads, and the stronger your sales are, the more people look at your uh, digital content, that is, the more traffic you have, stronger your brand becomes. And it will then create a feedback loop where you have a stronger brand and people will visit your digital platforms more, eventually leading on to more sales. So this creates a very, nice and conducive circle. So all three are related. To start with, if I have limited resources, if I have limited time, people on my team, or if I have limited money to invest in, I would start with building very traffic generating strategies. I would like more people to come visit my social media handles or my website, which will then over a period, translate into sales. And once I have a sizable number of traffic and which I think I can, convert to good number of sales, I would then start to optimize my digital marketing platforms for towards leads generation and sales conversion. So ideally focus on all three if you have to start with. One, pick traffic, tell positive brand stories, tell positives about your product, about your services, which will then eventually uh, lead to sales. And then over a period, you can focus on all three together. Right. So next point, what digital platforms to invest in, right? So again, exact response would depend upon the kind of business you are in and also the platforms where your end customers are, right? So for example, if you are uh, maybe a jewelry startup, right? And you are targeting your core target group is maybe early 20 women, right? The bet is you would find them the the probability of finding your audience is higher on an Instagram or Snapchat as compared to LinkedIn. Versus maybe if you are uh, a SaaS company which provides HR solutions, your audience maybe is on LinkedIn, or even, if you don't talk about not just digital platforms, maybe, company webinars, seminars, offline workshops. That's a separate discussion, but I hope you get my point that uh, the kind of digital platform you want to focus on depends on where your target audience is, where you think maximum sales can be generated for your product or service. Again, I would recommend to start with, you should invest in a company website, right? Initially, it would need very small investment, just annual, domain name cost plus one time little expense of just creating a very basic web page with what you do, what you offer, how to reach out to you. That should set you up in initial phases, and focus on building one or two very strong social media handles, depending upon, as I mentioned, your specific industry. For consumer products, of course, I think a generic rule would be to be on Instagram, to be on Facebook, to be on WhatsApp, reach out to them on WhatsApp. And if you are a B2B company, maybe websites and digital platforms, uh, which are in the genre where you provide your services or products. Lastly, how much money to invest and when to invest. So, digital marketing again, when people talk about this concept, there's, the thought comes that you might have to give big money to Google and Meta to run ads and have a significant presence. While that aspect is there, I believe, and even as end consumers, if you look around, you would observe there are very compelling stories which brands are creating and are driving very good organic traffic and sales to their, uh, to their digital platforms. So, again, going back to the point which I mentioned, that when starting out, uh, my personal opinion is always to first build a sizable organic traffic, right? Have a sizable, again, that size depends on your specific niche. Have a target in mind, create that organic audience, and then when you are moving further in the funnel, when you are trying to drive specific sales campaigns, that is when you could think about or plan on investing in paid campaigns as well. But uh, to start with, go for organic, build a sizable build, have a consistent brand story, have a consistent content posting schedule, which can, over a period, I think easily over a period of 3 to 6 months, can give you a significant organic audience. Uh, for all the strategies, right? Whenever you implement it, and whatever outcome you might be targeting at any given stage, whether that's traffic, sales, or just general brand equity metrics, be sure that you have specific KPIs which you are monitoring it at every stage, and monitor them very regularly, if not daily. I would say have at least a weekly view of how, for example, your traffic numbers are increasing, how, for example, your leads generated are increasing, and especially when you're running campaigns, Make sure that you analyze your pre and post campaign KPIs so that you learn what works for you, what doesn't work for you, and you can optimize your uh, digital marketing strategy accordingly. Hope this was helpful for people who are just starting out on their digital marketing strategy on how to create a digital presence. If you like this video, hit like and do subscribe for more similar videos. Thank you.